Hey guys, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to a few people that sent me some birthday presents because I demanded it. First I have Stacy Vogel. She sent me some necklaces and some essential oils. And then she peer pressured me to sign up to doTERRA. I don't know how you say it, but she made me. Michael Stone sent me a homemade pomegranate candle and it smells wonderful. It's literally almost gone already. Alberto Santos gave me a pretty princess wine glass because I drink wine a little too much. Matt and Christy Franich know that I like Metallica, and they sent me some Beatallica CDs, which I had never heard before. It's Metallica versions of Beatles songs and Beatles versions of Metallica songs, and it's pretty freaking cool. Thank you, guys. And then Michelle Wang sent me a bottle of Hugo Boss Deep Red, and it smells wonderful. And then also Thomas Treasure sent me some flowers when I was sick, and thank you very much. They are beautiful, and I will put a picture because they're pretty much dead now, so I don't really want to show you when they're dead. But I will put a picture in the video so you can see. Those that have YouTube channels, I will post them in the comments. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it.
So what's up, guys? That was Gil Mama. I know it's kind of late past her birthday, but thanking everybody for the gifts that she got. I'm just down here in the warehouse. We had a great Super Bowl. We actually watched it on the big screen that we have here in the warehouse now that we use for presentations and motivational stuff. But it comes in really handy, especially when the kids come down here, because then I could play some cartoons or something like that for them, and they really like it. So here, you can check it out real quick.
Take chances.
So we got like, I don't know how big screen that is, but you can see there's a peanut hopper there. But the picture's really nice. Put some speakers up there in the corners, and heck yeah, it's pretty cool.
So that is our movie theater in the warehouse, and we have like 4 rows of couches set up in a space that we don't really use, and it's way cool. But we haven't been picking that much lately, mainly because we've been focusing a lot on Amazon. If you're part of the Gil Money group, you guys probably already know that. Everybody's been asking us to make another video, but I haven't done a lot of picking this year yet. We really toned down our eBay store. We're, like I said, focusing more on Amazon stuff. I'm working on launching about 5 more products on Amazon. The first product that we did, it's just going awesome. I mean, it's like every day is between $500 and $1,500 in sales, and it's really the direction that we're trying to go now. So that's what we've been doing. But we still have stopped, every now and then to pick up a few things from Goodwill or maybe go to the outlet. Our outlet just changed the way they do things. They used to be that we would get there about 30 minutes early in the morning, and we would rush in, and it was like Black Friday. I mean, all the regulars that go there to make profit off the items they get, they would all be in line with us, and you would just have to rush to the new stuff and pick up as much as you can find. And now they're doing a little differently. Instead of putting everything out in the morning and then you would walk in, you could kind of tell where the new stuff was, they're kind of trickling it out throughout the day. So now, in order to see all the new stuff in the day, you have to pretty much stay there all day long. It seems like about every hour they'll put out like 3 big pallets full of stuff, and then you just kind of get in there and find what you can. And I don't really want to stay there all day, so a lot of times if I do go, I'll be there for 2-3 hours and then get some stuff, come back here, and then list it. But if I was just doing 100% eBay, I would probably set it to where, I go for a full day and get as much stuff as I can, and the next day I would list, and then just alternate days like that. But now with Amazon, I mean, we really don't have to go out there and source stuff all the time, so it's really, really nice. But I do have to stay up late a lot and talk to these people in China, and it does get frustrating, but in the end it's all worth it, because those products will sell every single day, and then when my stock runs low, all I got to do is contact them and say, hey, I need another 5,000 units or whatever, and it's nice. And if you didn't see a picture, we put a picture on Gil Money of all, one of the shipments we got in from China. It was shipped by sea, and it cost about, for the shipping, it was about $1,000, and if we would have sent it by air, it would have been about $3,000 to $4,000. So it's a lot cheaper to ship by sea, but you do have to know what you're doing to do that. But if you didn't see the picture, it's right here. And that was about 24 boxes. It was about 600 pounds of stuff. And don't ask me what it is, because I'm not going to tell a bunch of other people that want to sell this stuff on Amazon what we're selling, so you guys can go out there and copy us. Be creative, and if you want to get into this, find your own niche, I guess you can say. But here is one of, here's a couple different hauls that we did, that I just filmed a couple things, and my brother-in-law actually found a really cool item at the outlet on a cart sale day. He paid $10 for the whole cart, and this is one of the items that was in the cart. So you can imagine how much he made off just an investment of $10. He was pretty lucky, so check it out.
Okay, this is some of the stuff we got today. Actually, this is the stuff we got today. I'm not doing really a picking video today, but I just wanted to show you some of the stuff we got. And there was one thing my brother-in-law got that I really wanted to show you guys, because this is all of our normal stuff we usually get at like the outlet, and that's what we did. We got all this stuff here for 10 bucks. So, I mean, just that Donjoy goes for 50, and that vintage Hot Wheels track down there goes for about 50 just for the track. And I'm not sure if there's cars there, but 10 bucks for all this. It was a $10 cart sale. Food savers, just tons of different stuff, Nerf stuff, vacuum cleaner, head there. All right, so what'd you get today? I mean, I know you got a bunch of stuff.
I got a bunch of stuff. It was a cart sale. We pulled up. I said there was treasure. This is a Nakamichi Dragon single deck cassette deck. Normally I wouldn't even look at something like that, but the name brand of it is kind of unusual, and I've sold some of their CD changers before. But this item is never not sold. The cheapest it's gone for is 500 bucks as is, and it's usually right around $1,000 up to like $2,500. And I paid $10 for my whole cart of it, so I might be $1 into it.
And this one works.
And it works great. It's missing a knob, but I was just talking to another guy. I could probably get a knob for maybe $5.
There's a knob. Yeah, you guys can see the knob right now.
Yeah, it works great.
But yeah, keep your eye out for this brand. All you electronics guys out there that do like the high-end audio equipment, I'm sure you know this brand. But that's definitely one to look out for.
The Dragon. Even the Nakamichi, I got one of their newer CD changers. I just sold for like 200 bucks. This is definitely probably the cherry that I've ever come across, though.
So you can see that, I mean, there's still plenty of money to be made out there. I wanted to focus this video a lot more on making more money on eBay. I get a lot of messages from people, and they're always talking about how, sales are slow and they can't make it, and they can't get to, $5,000 a month profit or $4,000 a month profit or whatever your goals are. They're having trouble doing that. I don't know what they're doing wrong. I really don't, but I'm going to share with you guys a few things that I do on eBay to increase sales. All right, the first thing is obviously you got to list more. I see a lot of people out there that think it's impossible to list 20 items a day, but if you can get to that point, listing 20 items a day, then, I mean, you're going to make so much more money. And it's not hard. It's all about cutting time. It's all about being able to list efficiently, being able to get items and get them on eBay fast. That's one of the reasons why I use Octiva. There's also Ink Frog out there if you want to use Ink Frog, but there's all these different things that you can use that cost you a very small fee per month that are going to increase your sales just because you're going to be saving so much more time. When I'm using Octiva, I can usually list each item about every 3 minutes on average, about every 3 minutes. And it just speeds up the process. And you guys might have a better way. You guys might have a way that makes it so you can list every 2 minutes. I don't know. But the goal is to cut that time down. I see a lot of people in the groups talking about keywords. Where do you find your keywords? Do you use this eBay research? Do you use that research? What do you do to find these keywords so you make sure you have the right keywords in your listings? And these are my opinions, guys, just so you know. So if you like to do things a little bit differently, that's fine. I really, that's fine. Just understand these are the way I do things, and hopefully it'll help you, and if it doesn't, then whatever. But as far as keywords go, just research eBay for completed items. Find some, you'll look on there and you'll see, oh, it always sells for 10, but for some reason this guy sold it for 15. Why? Well, it must be his keywords. It must be his title. It could be, or it could just be he had better pictures, but I just use that person's title. I copy it. I paste it into the listing that I'm doing. And just to be up and up on eBay's rules, even though you'll probably never get caught if you copied it directly, or nothing will probably happen, but just to be kosher with all their rules, you're going to maybe change a couple words around or put one of your words in. And make sure you read the title, because sometimes people put new or like new or something, and maybe your item doesn't fall into that. So you want to take out the new and put, use good condition or whatever you're going to put in there. If there is a keyword that you want to put in there that is not in that title that you think is going to help you, then throw it in there. So instead of spending all this time trying to list one item and doing keyword research, just find a good title, copy it, change it around a little bit, you're done. It shouldn't take you more than 15, 20 seconds to find a good title with keywords. You're spending way too much time on listing. All right, the second thing is pictures. I've had a lot of people talk about, cropping pictures and enhancing them and doing all that. And no matter how fast you can do it, it does take time to do those things. So you can shave off time just by having a nice photo setup. Okay, if you have a nice photo setup that's big enough, you don't need to crop. And I know some people, maybe your space, you can't handle it and then you have to, and that's fine. But try to crop on your phone if you have to. A lot of the newer phones, I know with my iPhone, you can edit a photo and you can just crop it right on your phone. It doesn't take very long at all. But don't go in there and lighten and brighten up stuff and edit all your photos, because you're just wasting a lot of time that could be spent on just putting those listings on eBay and increasing the amount of items you have for sale. All right, other ways to boost your stuff. Now, this is stuff that I use, and it's worked for me, so maybe it'll work for you. All right, I know that you can go into your listings and you could put your store on vacation. All right, so if you go into your store and you put it on vacation for an hour and then take it off vacation, all those listings re-index in eBay. And then, boom, you now have a bunch of listings showing newly listed right at the top. I remember reading it somewhere. I don't remember where. It was a long time ago. But it does seem to work. It does kind of boost your listings and just kind of, refresh them for you. But you can go in there. You can put your entire store on vacation. Not where items are still for sale. Where no items in your store. They're gone for 1 hour. And then after that hour's up, go in and turn your vacation settings off, and then all your listings refresh and they're like brand new again. And that'll help boost that as well. A really important thing is price. If you're not selling, make sure that you're pricing your items right. When I research an item, say it's a coffee cup or something, which I don't like selling coffee cups, but I got one in front of me, so that's the only thing I thought of. Coffee cup. All right, so you got a coffee cup and you want to sell it. So you go in there, you find the exact coffee cup, and you're researching everybody else's, see what it sells for. Say you see, oh, once in a great while it sells for $30. And, most of the time it sells for $25, and then every single time it'll sell for $20, like every single time. Well, depending on what your goals are and how fast you need the money, this is where you're going to make a decision on your price. So do you want to put it at 25? Because at 25, most of the time it sells. That's what I would put it at. Most of the time it sells at 25. I'm not going to cut it to 20, and I'm not going to put it for 30. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for that item to sell. So don't always try to get the most out of your items. You want to move the items. You want them to move fast. That's how you're going to make money. All right, and you're going to hear me reference this throughout the video, but I always think, what would Walmart do? WWWD, okay, or any big retail store for that matter. What do they do? Do they price their prices up really high and then sell less? Or do they price their items, at a good price where people go, that's a good price, I'll buy it. And then what happens if it doesn't sell? Well, they put it on clearance. They get rid of it. So this is kind of the strategy that I use when I sell on eBay. I want to price them at a decent price that people are already willing to pay for it. If it doesn't sell in 30 days, I lower the price or put a sale on or whatever, but I lower the price so I can move those items, because you need that cash flow to keep flowing in. So make sure you guys are pricing your items right and not too high. but also not too low. Unless you're struggling, you need money fast, then of course you can blow them out. It's your choice. It's your business. You can do whatever you want. All right, so the next thing is auctions versus buy it now. I've run across a lot of people that do auctions, like primarily auctions, and a lot of times it's because they think they're saving money because they get so many free or whatever. But I've done this long enough to where buy it now seems to work the best. If you want the money fast, buy it now usually, in most cases, works better than auctions. The only time I'll ever do an auction is if there's an item that I really don't know anything about, and there may be a demand out there. It may be some rare thing that might go for $500, or maybe it's only worth $5. I don't know, because I can't find any information on it. In those cases, I'll put it on auction, because I get the stuff so cheap, it doesn't matter if it does sell for only 99 cents or whatever. Buy it nows, again, WWWD, what would Walmart do? Well, when you go to Walmart, you don't see auctions. It's not an auction. They have a set price that you pay. Okay, so you go in, you pay a set price. You'd think if it was a better business plan to do an auction, that Walmart would just be a big auction all the time, or stores would be a big auction all the time. And if you look at price histories of certain items, you'll look through and you see that the auction prices are almost always lower than the buy it nows. So again, if you have a coffee cup, okay, that you look up, you'll notice that the auction prices on say this coffee cup is almost always lower. But every now and then, the auction price just goes way up, and it goes for $10 more, or $15 or $20 more than the normal going rate of a buy it now on this coffee cup. So a lot of people will see that and get excited and go, well, I'm going to put it on auction. But I've known people that have only done auctions, okay, and if you looked at their items, you would see some stuff that would go all the time for $15, but it went for 99 cents on auction because only one person bid on it. So you're really selling yourself short if you're doing just auctions. You need to do buy it nows. In my opinion, you need to do buy it nows in order to make more money on your items. Also, if you look at the way the market is, people want stuff now. People are impatient these days. They don't want to wait. They don't want to wait for that auction. There is a small portion, I'm sure, of people that love doing auctions because it's exciting and they like the feeling of winning something, like they were the highest bidder or whatever. But in general, most people don't want to wait for an auction to end. They want to go in there, they want to buy it because they want it now. And a good example is Amazon. If you look at Amazon, Amazon is so successful, not because they have auctions, but everything's a set price. And people are willing to go to Amazon and pay more for an item than to go to eBay. Why? It's mainly because they don't want to wait. Like, they have an Amazon Prime membership, and they want to go in there, they want to buy an item, they want it fast. They know they're going to get it usually in 2 days. So, yeah, they can go to eBay, they can bid on one, or heck, they can even go to eBay and buy it now, and it's probably still going to be less than going on Amazon and buying it. So why do they buy that item on Amazon? Well, because they're going to get it in 2 days. If they buy it on eBay, most people are going to ship through Parcel Select or FedEx or even, heck, even Priority, but then they're going to get their item between 3 and 7, 8, 9, 10 days or whatever. They don't want to wait. So they'll pay an extra $5, $10 so that they, 2 days from when they order it, boom, it's sitting on their doorstep. So just keep that in mind if you're wondering, should I do auctions or buy it nows? All right, another thing I've seen a lot of people talk about is best offer. All right, a lot of people, I notice, there are some people that are dead set on doing best offers. And don't get offended. I don't believe in doing it. I think that doing a best offer just gives a buyer an opportunity to weasel their way down from the price. When I go to eBay and I see an item that I want and I want to buy it now, I only search for buy it now because I'm like that too. I'm impatient. So I go in, I go to buy it now, and it says, or best offer. Well, a lot of times I'm like, well, I'll offer him less then. I'll save a couple bucks, But the thing is I'm already willing to pay the price, but I see that they have a best offer, and I'm like, hey, I can get it for less. Same thing if you go to Craigslist. And when I go to Craigslist and I see $100 firm, I usually won't try to talk them down from the price or anything like that. But if I see it says or best offer, I will always go to get the item and then go, okay, would you take $80? Would you take, 70? Would you take 75? Or I play the game with them. I go, okay, well, I'm going to take 75 because then they'll probably meet me in the middle. Or maybe I'll say, you take 50 and then they'll meet me in the middle at 75. So I know already have it determined in my head that they already admitted to me that they'll take less. So why would I offer them what they're asking? It just makes no sense to me. And again, what would Walmart do? When you go into Walmart, do you go in there and it says or best offer and you go up and say, hey, would you take $10 for this? I know it says 15, but would you take 10? Because what you're doing is you're training a buyer to automatically want to throw you out an offer. That's what you're doing. So if you want to lower your price of an item, I think a better way is to put your items on sale. Put them on sale for 2 days. A sense of urgency will beat that best offer anytime. So you put an item on sale for, say, a day or 2 days, or maybe your whole store on sale. And you'll create that sense of urgency because eBay will show them this sale is ending soon. And it works. It works for the big retail stores. It works everywhere. So why not use that same strategy in your eBay store? Put your items on sale instead of doing best offer, because then you can control the price. And then you're also not having to go in there and check your best offers, even if you do set it up on auto, whatever. But in my opinion, I think the strategy is not good. Nobody else does it. The very successful retail stores out there don't do that. Heck, even thrift stores don't do that for the most part. I mean, I know there is some out there, but most thrift stores put a set price, and that's their price. But do they put stuff on sale every now and then? Yeah, they do. So I would stay away from doing best offers. People can still send you an offer if they really feel like, they want to get it for less, and then you can make a decision then. But I think you're just training people to lowball you or throw out offers. And it stresses you out. I mean, it always, you don't need that in your day. You don't need to have an item that's $100 and somebody say, send you an offer of $15. All it does is make you go on Facebook and bitch about how much this person lowballed you, and it's taking more of your day and costing you more money. So I would stay away from them. All right, another way to boost your sales is putting your store on sale, just like I was talking about. This is what I do, and it works very well for me. So you might want to try it. Every time I list an item, I list it for 25% higher than I actually want. Not 25% higher, but basically higher to where if I put it on sale for 25%, then I'll get what I actually want. So pretty much what I would do is if I had an item, I research it and I say, oh, okay, well it sells, usually it sells for $75. I'll put $100 on that item. And I do this with every single item. And like I said, it works very, very well. If you need to figure it out, you can calculate it. What I usually do is I take an item and I say, okay, I want $20 for it. So if I put it at 25 and then did 25% sale, would it put it down to $20? So I would put in 25 and I would act like I'm getting 25% off. I'd say 25 times 0.25 minus the original 25. Okay, and what that tells me, it gives me a negative number, but that negative number is the actual selling price that it would go for. And I know there's other ways to figure it out, but if you're, math savvy, that's how I do it. So just guess on what the higher number would be, times it by 0.25, and then subtract that higher number from itself, and it'll give you that negative number. That's what it sells for. But I always do this with all my items, and what I've found is this. If I list 15, 20, 30 items or so, I have them all marked up higher than they normally go for, and I put a buy it now on every single one of them. Well, I usually run my sales for 2 days. So usually after I list, I already have one sale running at that time. So I'm not going to start another sale on my entire store until that sale's done. So those items I just listed will sit on eBay for a day to 2 days at the high price. But what happens is, you'll be really surprised, is you'll have a handful of items that will sell at that higher price, higher than you would have even asked for it, because you're not trying to be the highest guy on eBay. And it just kind of baffles you because there's other ones on there that are cheaper. Why did they buy yours? I never ask why. I just collect the cash and run. That's all I do. So it's a really good strategy. You guys might want to try it. I wouldn't suggest doing any more than 25%. I know some people say, well, I do it 50% higher, or whatever. But the problem with that is that you won't sell your items at that higher price. You're just basically lowering your prices. You're basically just putting your items on sale and giving people, like, making people think, oh wow, it's $50 off. But you'll never really sell a lot of items at that really, really, really high price. But 20, 25, maybe even 30% might work. But you'll end up getting more money for some of these items, and then also at the same time creating that sense of urgency with the sale on the rest of the items that didn't sell at that higher price. And I know it also depends on your store subscription on how many sales you can do, like so many times. I don't know what they are. You might want to just check into it to see if your store subscription allows you to do that. And also, in order to put stuff on sale, I believe you do have to have a store. So stop being a cheap ass and go out there and get yourself a $15 a month store. I mean, that's one sale on one item is $15. So, you know, people always focus so much on how much does this cost? How much does that cost? Instead of asking the other question, which is, how much money will this cost make me? Because that's how I do it. If I go, oh, I have Octiva, I'm paying $20 a month or whatever it is. I go, well, how much time am I going to save? And how much money is my time worth? How many more items can I list by using this software? And that's really the question you have to ask. Not, oh my gosh, it's another $20 a month I have to spend. It's another payment. I don't want to do that. It's just how people think. And you know, even studies have shown that people feel more pain from a loss than they do a gain, which is why a lot of people don't do like what I'm doing is private labeling, because most people out there, they don't look at, oh my gosh, I got to spend $2,000 on this product to try this new adventure I really want to do. And if everything goes the way I think it's going to go, I've done my research, then this product will make me $10,000 a month profit, or $5,000 a month profit, or heck, even $2,000 a month profit. They never do it. And the reason why they never do it is because it's that sense of loss, that fear that they're going to lose that $2,000 investment. They're going to lose it and it's going to be gone forever. They made a horrible decision and their life is going to suck for the rest of their lives because they just blew $2,000. Well, people blow $2,000 on a lot of stuff all the time. I see people blow $2,000 on a new TV. It makes them absolutely no money. Actually, it costs them money because they got to plug it in. But they have no problem doing that because they paid the $2,000 and now they have something for it. So they don't have that sense of loss, even though that TV does absolutely nothing besides make you feel good inside and make you a little happy when you're watching porn or something. Here's another way you got to look at it. If you're ever trying to decide on doing something like private labeling or maybe buying a pallet of returns or a truckload of returns, if you're ever trying to decide on whether you should do it or not, think about this. Let's say it's costing you $2,000, like I said. You spend that $2,000 and you fail, okay? But if everything would have gone the way you would have planned, you would have been making $10,000 a month profit. It would have been a source that you could always replenish and keep replenishing and keep selling that. You wouldn't have to go out and source it no more. You wouldn't have to go out to Walmart and scan a bunch of stuff to try to send in for retail arbitrage anymore. Once you have that product and that product is doing good, you could go out there and get more. So you lose the money, but you don't care. You're like, I'm going to make this work. So you go out and you spend another $2,000 and you lose that money again. And this happens for a total of 5 times. 5 times you kept losing $2,000, losing $2,000, losing $2,000, losing $2,000. So all in all, you've just lost $8,000. But on the 5th try, you finally get this product or this source or this truckload or this liquidation company or whatever it may be. You finally found the source. You finally found a product. You finally made it. You wasted $8,000, but the next $2,000 you spent, okay, we'll say, well, that'd be $10,000. You finally found a product that's going to make you $10,000 a month. That $10,000 a month is going to come in every single month for 12 months, and then the next year, and the next year, as long as that product, of course, keeps selling, and there's still demand for it. But you get the point. Even if that product only lasted, or that source only lasted for 1 year, how much money are you going to make? $120,000. You're going to make $120,000, but you lost. You lost. It took you $10,000 to do it. Would you say that's a good investment? It is. So it's just how you think about it. Stop being scared of losing $2,000 or $500 or $10 or $15 a month for Octiva or $20 a month for Ink Frog or Whatever it is that you're whining about, stop whining about it and go out there and take some risk, take some chances. That's how you make money. You have to take risk. I know you guys have heard the old saying, there's no reward without risk, and it's absolutely true. If you never take a risk, if you never ever do that, then you're probably, unless you hit the lottery or you inherit a bunch of money or something, you're probably never going to be super successful. You have to take risk, you have to take chances, and if you make a mistake, you have to take what you've learned from that experience and move on, and with that new knowledge. I recently, probably a couple months ago or something, seen a commencement speech by Jim Carrey, and it's on YouTube. You can look it up, Jim Carrey commencement speech, and it's really cool. But pretty much what he said, and it's absolutely true, it's the way I think, the way I believe. He basically tells a story about how his father, worked this job because it was safe, and they were poor. They were poor growing. He grew up poor, and his father really wanted to be like a stand-up comedian or something like that. You'd have to watch the video. But he never took the chance. He never took the risk because it's just so far out of reach. It's such a dream that you think it's out of reach. And he says that eventually his father lost that job, that safe job that he thought was safe, that constant income coming in. He realized you can fail at doing something that you really don't want to do. So why not go and try to do something that you want? That pretty much sums it up. You need to get out there and you need to follow your dreams. That's pretty much it. People think that having a regular job is safe, and I have had a lot of family tell me that too, that having a regular job, you need to do that. You need to get benefits. You need to have a 401k. You need to work for someone else in order to make it in this world, and the reality is you don't. And I proved them all wrong. I proved everyone that just doubted me and said, yeah, you don't want to do that. Like, what happens if your stuff stops selling? What happens if... And the reality is, what happens if you lose your job? What happens if that company goes under? So I hope these few words, or lots of words that I told you, will help you sell more, will help you take more chances, help you take more risk, help you get out there and make your dreams come true. I haven't been making a lot of videos lately just because I've been so focused on all these different products, and I've just been real busy. Weather's getting nicer now, so I don't know. Maybe we'll take some time off and do some more videos. I don't know. But the whole reason why I even make these videos is not to be YouTube rich or famous or any of that stuff. It was really just I just wanted to help people. I've seen a lot of people that just had crappy jobs, and they think that they're stuck doing that. And this is just a really good way to go out and change your life. And eBay, even though I'm not doing a lot of eBay right now, eBay is an awesome stepping stone. eBay and Amazon together is even better. But if you wanted to start with just something, eBay is just awesome. Why is it awesome? Well, because if you had a dream of opening your own business, okay, back in the 80s or back in the 90s, before eBay, before the whole online thing, you had to go out and you had to get a loan, or you had to have a whole bunch of money. You had to go out, like even if you wanted to open a thrift store, you had to get a store. You had to pay rent for that thing. You had to put a deposit down. You had to buy shelves. You had to have this whole setup that would cost you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to get moving on it. You wanted a restaurant? Oh, how's $100,000 sound to open your own restaurant, your own business? Probably more. With eBay, you can start with $20. I mean, seriously, people always ask me, how much money do I need to go full-time eBay? And the answer is not a whole heck of a lot. I mean, 20 bucks. You wouldn't jump, of course, into quitting your job with just 20 bucks, but you get the idea. You can take $20 and turn it into 100 in a couple days, a day even, if you price it really low, and you just really need to keep building that bankroll. But the point is, you don't need a lot of money to do this. You don't need to risk everything like people had to do to open a business back in the 80s and 90s. You can start with $20 today, right now. You can build your business up before you quit your job. You can work your job and then work eBay, and then finally realize, you know what, if I was doing this full time, I could totally replace this income. And once you get to that point, it's going to be pretty obvious, and you can go out there and do it. But I just wanted to give you guys a little insight. I know it's been a long video, but I guess I'm just making up for not posting in a while. I just want to be able to give back to people. Hopefully it helps you guys, and hopefully you guys can go out there and make a difference in your lives. I think it was Winston Churchill who said, you make a living by how much money you make. You make a life by what you give, and it's true. I mean, you want to have a good life, you have to give. Having a bunch of money and making a bunch of money is great, especially if you can give and do that at the same time. But you really want to have a happy life, you need to be able to give to others, and that's what I'm trying to do here for you guys. So make sure that you guys go to Gill Money Group on Facebook. If you haven't heard, it was just too much to have the Reseller Society and Gill Money and all that stuff. Plus, there's still a bunch of people in Gill Money that really like that group, and me and Gill Mama made the decision to go back to the Gill Money group and just hang out in one group. So sorry for the confusion, guys, but I'll put the link below. You guys can go to the Gill Money group if you're not already members. We do personally run that, so there's not a lot of, we don't just boot people out and do all that crap. That's the whole reason why we made that group, because we were sick of these groups that would just boot people out because they wanted to feel like they're gods or something, and that's not what it's about. It's about sharing ideas and sharing information. And there's disputes sometimes, but as long as we handle them in a civilized adult manner, then it's all good. So make sure you guys join Gill Money. You guys can message us anytime on there. You can send me a message on Facebook, send Gill Mama a message. I get messages all the time. And as long as I have time, I can help you with what you need. Other exciting news, of course, I've been talking about it. We are going to the Midwest Ecom in July. I always forget the date because we're not close enough yet. I know it's a ways out, guys. I know if you use the code Gill Money, a coupon code thing, it's all caps, Gill Money, you'll get like $50 off for the registration of the event. Now, I will be talking about private label at this event. I will be giving out some little golden nuggets. We are speaking there, and we're also talking about getting a bus and loading people on it and going to some thrift stores, and you guys could go thrifting with us, and we can point out stuff that maybe you guys don't see, and maybe you guys can teach us something too. I mean, we don't know everything, but it's going to be an awesome event. Check out the link below, and you can see the dates and everything, and I hope you guys will join us there. Maybe we'll kick back and have a beer or two or 10, as long as it's not before I speak. And also, we are going to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Let's see, I think we're going to be there the 5th through the 12th or something like that. I don't know. But I guess we're meeting up with Elena Scraparella, and we're going to meet up with a few other people while we're there. We're actually going to do some more private label training, because if I want to increase my value in my bank, I have to invest in myself. So we're going to be there, and there's a couple days that we'll be free. So if you guys want to meet up, then cool. You guys can come and hang out with us if you guys are in the area, and maybe show us around if you are from the area. But either way, we'll hope to see you there. Send us a message on Facebook or something and get a hold of us, and we'll tell you what days we're free. So see you later, guys. Hope this video wasn't too long for you. Bye.